Okay guys, I'm going to give you some key support and resistance levels to pay attention to for Bitcoin if you're swing trading, and we're also going to cover this upcoming crash I think is going to take place in about 6 days or so. So this is a C1 chart. This was 2 videos back. This is December 8th. This is where I told you guys, look, it's likely that around 51,800 to 51,700 be likely point to short. We had matching resistance levels on the C1 and the H1 chart, and we did come down from that point. I'll put a link up to the video now if you want to check it out. This video here, this was yesterday, and I was telling you if we drop, this is likely your next support level to re-enter. I'll play a clip of this for you. Currently your support, your resistance above right now is right here at around 49,400, and if we drop, your next support level to watch is going to be right down here around 47,500 to potentially 46,789. So, and what I was showing you was, if we came down, these are the next 2 major support levels. But this was your first major support level right here. We're going to cover this just a sec. I'll put a link up this video now if you want to check it out. By the way, these videos will be pinned in the first comment in the description. So before we get to the actual chart, and guys, on Twitter, you have to have access to my charts to follow me on Twitter. So if you are subscribed, make sure you email me. I'll verify you have an account, and then I'll accept your Twitter follow request. This was 18 hours ago, so this was in reference to the video that I was just showing you. We were coming up on, we found perfect support on this white line, so I was saying, look, when we came down, this would be a likely point to enter a long or a scalp trade. So next support to watch on the C1 chart, quick long scalp. Notice we found support on the white line previously right here, so I was saying we were coming up on it pretty soon. And to the tick, let's see if it holds. So it hit it perfectly, guys. That's how I create these charts. So your support levels are mapped out almost to the dollar. We came down, we literally hit it almost to the dollar and pushed up. So this is a point you would have bought in, right, to ride it up. And then I said, oh, the suspense, because we were holding support there for a while. So we were waiting to see if it breaks or if it holds. And I was telling you, and guys, I teach you what I've learned over the years, and I show you how to play the charts. I imagine the people that played, this call, what they paid for 1 month subscription, they made it back in 1 day. If you do this, 3, 4, 5, 10 times a month, you're doing pretty well. But right here it says, and I was trying to show you, if you were chancing along, have a stop below yellow line, right below the white line. So I was saying, look, we got double support. So if it does break this point, have your stop below this point, but this should hold to push up. And you can see how this played out. We actually said, and it really is like cheating, guys, when you have access to these charts. So we found support and we started pushing up. And then I updated the chart. These charts are live, so when I make a change to the chart, it says refresh C1 chart. So if we break past white line, we could have a little upside. And this was our current resistance. So if we break above, if we break past this resistance, the next candle open above support, we could push up. And this is where I was keeping you guys updated. And I was talking about the next daily candle open and refresh the C1 G1 chart for red resistance level. So I'll cover that. So here's how it played out, guys. So this is where I told you 2 videos back to short around 51,913. And had you done that, you shorted a total of, that was about 8.62% short. And then you can see how this played out. So back here on this white line, we found support, right? This one we found support before. This is where you should have got in when we dropped down to this point. But when we pushed back up, you can see we found support right here on this white line at 46,245. That's why I said this would be a likely point to get back in. You see when we came down, we found almost perfect support at 47,396. Then we broke past this white line. So expect to get a pump once we break past it. And you can see that right here. Let's see, and I did say this could be a fake out to the upside, and what typically happens is when you push back up, what will happen is you'll come back down and test support. So notice we found support here. We broke past this white trend line, right? Pushed up, came back down, found support on this trend line, and then came back down and found support on this trend line again. So we had support here at 46,239, support here at 47,406, support here at 47,530, and then we pushed up. Notice you found perfect support right here at 47,918. So again, your support resistance levels are already mapped out. So let me give you, I did talk about this red line, so this is going to be your next resistance to watch. I'm going to cover this on the C1 chart. This will be right around 49,515. So look, your next major resistance to watch on this C1 chart is going to be around 50,616, and your next strongest resistance above is going to be right here around 52,547. And this is an important resistance level. I think this potentially will be the top, and I'll explain this in that next chart. If we drop again, you can see this has been very strong support. We've already tested it 3 times. So if we come down, a likely support level is going to be 47,715, And your next support level below is going to be down here around 46,957. So that is the C1 chart. The H1 chart, let me give you support and resistance levels to pay attention to. You can see this has been a lot of support and resistance right here. And again, guys, I always say refer to both the C1 and the H1 chart. If you have matching targets, more influence for possible that support or resistance level will hold. So your current resistance right now, 2 watts. Let me make this red since this is resistance. So your next resistance to watch is just above us at 49,616. If we do push up, you can get a lot of resistance here at 50,000. If we push above that, your next resistance level to watch is going to be right here at 51,082. If we drop, your next support level to watch is going to be right here at 48,220. There are more support and resistance levels, guys. Get access to the charts if you want those. So let's cover this upcoming drop I'm expecting. So currently, go back and watch previous videos. I go in detail about this chart. I don't want to keep doing this every video. But look, at current price action, we are about 4 to 5 days before we make contact with this ring. If we're down here closer to the neckline, that would be more like 6 to potentially 7 days before we have that drop. I do expect. Notice we crossed this ring, we dropped, we found support here. I think we're forming our right shoulder. When we make contact with this ring, this is when it all comes down. And as I said, if we push up right here, this will be the top. Around potentially 52,300, and that's what I'm saying. This chart here, when we get up to 52,000, if we're further out like this, 52,400, but that is on par with this resistance level. This was our neckline we broke with this previous head and shoulders. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, we broke down to support, and now we're forming a larger left shoulder, head, and we're forming our right shoulder. So this is the point I expect us to start coming down and have that major drop. So again, I think that could take place within the next 5 to 7 days. So pay attention to that. The most key support level that needs to hold right now is right here. Once we break 42,240, down we go. This is the G1 chart, guys. If you follow me, maybe 4 or 5 videos back, I said, look, guys, this is the point you want to buy in. Obviously, I knew this would be strong support. We did wick below it. That's where these other charts come in. That's where if you had the C1 chart open, when you got down to this major support level, you would have bought it in here at 42,100. And then you can see that was pretty much on par with the support level here. So right now, I mentioned that red line right here, this red line here. That is our current resistance to watch. And I did add that to this chart here. You see this red line, so that is that resistance level I was talking about right here, 49,500. And again, this is on the daily, just so you can see. So if we do push up, let me make this red here. So if we push up, this is resistance level to watch, guys. Always add trend lines. Price will respect trend lines. So this is around 50,000. And remember, I have another chart that showed 50,000 was likely point to get rejected. Your next strongest resistance to watch is going to be right here around potentially 51,900. Let's just call it 52,000, guys. I do think 52,000 to 52,500 will be the top before we start coming down. And I will give you the support level, guys. Next support level, catch a bounce, potentially 45,000 to 44,700. This will be a very strong support. The Dow Jones, guys. So I'm expecting downside for the Dow Jones. These rings have been a lot of support and resistance. I do think this is potentially the top. We could push up to at least 35,911, but I think we will come down from this point. My next target for the Dow Jones is down here around this area where these two rings converge. The DXY, guys, you can see the DXY, it did come down a bit. It's pushing up. Remember, if the dollar's up, that's bearish for Bitcoin. If the dollar's dropping, that's bullish for Bitcoin. And same with the markets. If the markets are up, that's bullish for Bitcoin. Markets down, bearish for Bitcoin. Bitcoin follows the markets. Guys, that's pretty much it. If you want to sign up to these charts, I do have stocks for $59 a month. If you want to sign up for Bitcoin's, altcoins, precious metals, Discord, and Twitter, it's $49 a month. And I do have tutorials teaching you my method to create these charts, so you can create these charts for yourself. Guys, that's it. To the next video. Trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.